4 weeks into the war in West Asia, now focus has shifted to talks. US President Donald Trump says talks are on, but Iran says not happening. Amidst claims and counterclaims, the real question remains, is a peace deal still possible? Iran has shut the door on any negotiations, at least for now, but President Trump insists that Iranian leaders are part of peace talks, suggesting that Tehran's denials are because negotiators fear being killed.
When I tell you we're winning so big, nobody's ever seen anything like we're doing in the Middle East with Iran. And they are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us.
But Iran's top diplomat struck a different tone. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said that friendly countries have conveyed messages, but this does not amount to dialogue. He reiterated that Iran will end the war on its own terms.
We want the war to end, but on our terms, in a way that ensures it will not be repeated and that our enemies learn a lesson, so they will not even contemplate attacking Iran again. Second, the damage suffered by the people of Iran must be compensated. They have put forward some ideas. I saw in 1 or 2 places that it was described as a 15-point plan, but these were presented as various proposals. All of them have been conveyed to the country's senior authorities, and if it becomes necessary to take a position, that will certainly be decided. For now, our policy is to continue resisting and to continue defending the country. At present, we have no intention of negotiating, and no negotiations have taken place.
But Trump's White House is telling a very different story. It insists that talks are underway. It also issued a blunt warning: accept defeat or Trump will unleash hell.
There does not need to be any more death and destruction. But if Iran fails to accept the reality of the current moment, if they fail to understand that they have been defeated militarily and will continue to be, President Trump will ensure they are hit harder than they have ever been hit before. President Trump does not bluff, and he is prepared to unleash hell. Iran should not miscalculate again.
Iran earlier issued 5 conditions to end the war. These include guarantees that Israel or US will not resume the war. It also wants compensation for war damages and cessation of hostilities on all regional fronts. It has demanded to exercise sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz as well. These demands are in stark contrast to Trump's reported proposal, which calls for zero nuclear capability for Iran, limit on its ballistic missile ability, and most importantly, free passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Amid suspense over talks, China has struck a hopeful note. Foreign Minister Wang Yi told his Egyptian counterpart that US and Iran are signaling a willingness for talks. This even offers a glimmer of hope for peace. White House says Trump is expected to meet the Chinese President Xi Jinping on May 14 and 15. Many believe this date indicates a possible timeline for the war. When asked about it, White House said it has always estimated the war to last 4 to 6 weeks.